Good morning, options traders. Steve Gans here, and I'm going to share a new trade in the start to finish series. Now, this will actually tie in with the session that I just did on puts and what are some of the uses of puts, specifically buying puts, long puts. As I mentioned in that session, and if you haven't seen it, go back and look. It was just a few days ago that was released. It's called Options 101, and it was specifically about puts. One of the things that many people can't do in their accounts, specifically in an IRA, is you can't short a stock. So I want to show you another way of potentially handling that if you feel a short is appropriate. Now, I'm looking at United Airlines. I'm looking at this parabolic move. Two things I want to point out here. One of them is that look at this long consolidation and then the breakout and how this thing ran on that breakout. Now, that's what I'm hoping to get out of ESQ, which is a suggestion that I had made a while back. So go back and look for that too. And SQ is, in fact, starting to break out of a long consolidation. So I'm looking for this type of run to happen there. Now, another thing I want you to note on this is if I go back and look a little further back in time, look at the prior all-time highs here. We are running right into those prior all-time highs. One factor to consider. Another factor to consider is a big fat round number, $100. So big round numbers also tend to be resistance many times when a stock starts to rip, starts to move up. Now, is there a guarantee that United isn't going to blow through this? Of course there's not. But if I have an opinion that United might stall in this general area of 100 and might start to reverse back down, and a likely reversal point in my mind might be back down here to around this, 84, 85, this gap right here. Many times charts will come back and fill gaps. So anywhere in this, 81 to 85 range, if I have an opinion that United might do that, and I have a very tight reward to risk. So what I look at here specifically is if I get in this trade, well, my risk, if I get much above this 100 point, if I get up here to 102 or so, I'm going to know I was wrong and I'll get out. But if I am right, I can see potential path down here to 82. That's pretty good. That's a good reward to risk. In fact, I just signed up for the annual subscription here for TradingView. If you'll give me a moment, there's a tool in here that's a pretty cool tool. I've just got to figure out where all my tools are at here. Okay, so I found this, and it's here under the forecasting and measurement tool, and I select short position, and then I select where I want this short position to happen. So that's where I want my short position to happen. Now I can come and I can draw that, okay, well, what if I want to come all the way maybe down to there as a target? And then where do I want to set my stop? Well, in this case, I'm going to set my stop just a little higher here than what it has previously achieved. So in this particular case, this will basically show me the very good reward to risk ratio that I have. In this case, it's 3.69, which is, in my opinion, a good reward to risk ratio on this trade. So based on that, what sort of position might I want to consider? Well, this is where I mentioned coming in and simply using a long put. So I can come in this case, I'm selecting the January 17th put, and then I can select, whatever strike price I want. Right now I'm at 97.5. I could choose the 100 put, which I'm going to pay a little more for. It gives me a higher max loss. Or I can come in here and do the 97.5 or even the 95 put, which I pay even less for. On that 95 put, if we get down to this 85 mark, I can see that I'll be up about $700. My max risk in that is a $472 loss at 95. I'm going to go a little closer to the money. We're trading here at 97. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this put at 97.5. So I'm going to save this trade, and I will go ahead and share this in the description down below. I'm going to put this in the, let's see, start to finish trading group. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of lock this trade in. And again, I'll share the link to everybody and you guys can follow along and see how this pans out. Again, I do have a stop on this, so I need to go make that mental note, if you will. Or in this case, since I'm using TradingView, I can come in here and I can essentially create a stop. I want to add an alert at, I'm going to call it 102.75. And my alert will be stop out. Okay, so I could suffer a small loss if this continues to go up above that point. So now I've got an alert set there that will notify me if and when I need to stop out of this trade. So that's it for now, everyone. I hope you found this useful, particularly if you tie it in with the prior 101 series on puts and some potential uses for puts.